Tonight on This Week in Carrington Sports, Carrington football opened the 2025 season on the road at Southern McLean. We'll get a full recap of how the season opener went. Plus, Carrington Volleyball in preseason preparation right now. We'll talk about the returning players and who will be the big key contributors in 2025. Carrington Cross Country is underway in their preparation for the 2025 season. We'll get a check with head coach Josh Kerbaugh and head coach April Hogarth on their progress. All of that and a whole lot more coming up tonight on This Week in Carrington Sports.
It's the corner spot in Carrington, a place where legends meet to reminisce about days past and discuss the championship culture of Cardinal athletics. From pro sports lore to ice-cold drinks, stop on by Headlocks and have yourself a time. Sports is on the air in collaboration with Headlocks on the corner in Carrington. From renowned wrestlers to everyday dart players, Headlocks is the spot.
Cardinal football opened their 2025 campaign Friday night on the road, taking on the Southern McLean Rough Riders.
Now he squares, now he throws, and it's intercepted, picked off by Max Whitman. Max Whitman in his first game gets the interception, and Carrington get the fourth down stop. There's good and bad to every game, right? I mean, the good is your defense after halftime only gave up one first down the rest of the game. The tough part was that the offense really never got going.
No, and that was our concern coming in. Our defense took a half to get going too, though. They kind of, I don't know, we had 3 possessions maybe in the first half, but they out-physicaled us, they outplayed us in really all aspects of the game. And so we need to go back to the drawing board and just get better. I thought we got beat up front pretty badly on both sides of the ball. We dropped some passes, which is uncharacteristic of some kids. But we need to find our stride offensively. And we talked about that early in the year, that may take a couple weeks. And we started to see some things in our gun offense there that looked a little better. So, we got a lot to work on anyway.
That's something that we noticed up here is when you went to the base offense and kind of out of the heavy set, because they had so many guys in the box, it allowed you guys to flow a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit. We were able to spread them out a little bit, and but we need to be able to sustain blocks and get guys through holes. And that power T offense, the more guys in the box, usually the better. But you got to block them. So we need to reevaluate film and just see where we're going to go next week. But we certainly looked a little better this week, spreading things out.
What did you make of Max? You stuck with him in the second half when you went to that spread offense. For a guy who hasn't played football for a while, I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought he was too. He did some good things under pressure, scrambled, made some guys miss, threw some good balls. And again, we had some guys miss some balls that he threw that probably should have been caught. But I was impressed with Max and Parker in the first half. He did a good job. We just didn't have the ball very much.
Did that first half feel like Park River last year? That's what it felt like to me sitting up here.
Yeah, it did. We got pushed around that last year. We got pushed around in the first half here, and so we need to have a faster start. We need to be ready to play. We need to get off the bus and hit the ground running.
Next Friday, Sargent County, they've lost quite heavily tonight. So 2 teams who will be looking for a win before each of them go into region play.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice having 2 non-region games. You get to work on some stuff and find what you're good at, and so as tough as this loss is, I told the guys it really means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Their goal is to win a region championship, and that's still very much in front of us. We just got to pick things up, get better each week, and stick with it.
What did you make of the new guys? How did they settle in? First varsity starts. What did you make of that?
I think there was some jitters. I think that was maybe had a little bit to do with our slow start. But, again, after this first quarter, I think it was a 0-0 tie. And so we need to start a little better on both sides of the ball. And at this point in the season, you're going to say there's no more young kids. Everyone's experienced, and we're going to expect great things from all of them.
Well, Coach, we'll see you in Winter next Friday. Thanks for doing this.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
The Cardinals wrap up non-region play on Friday night on the road in Gwinner, taking on the Sargent County Bulldogs. 6 p.m. airtime on KDAK, the Cardinal on radio.
When you choose Pioneer brand seed, you get 3 things that go great together: elite seed genetics, local knowledge and insights, and rigorous local testing. Put them all together, then add in the expertise and dedication of your local authorized Pioneer sales representative, Doug Retzloff, and you have the prescription for keeping your yields on the leading edge for your operation. To learn more, contact Doug at Retzloff Seed and Supply LLC in Carrington at 701-652-2121. Pioneer, what's next happens here.
The Carrington volleyball team has begun preparations for the 2025 season inside the East Gym. A week ago, we discussed at great length what's different. So tonight, let's talk about what's similar, including upperclassmen Harper Coleman and Callie Hewitt. So the program on the whole is undergoing a lot of change because there were some very impactful seniors that graduated, but you were coaching the JV last year. Does that make it easier to move into the head coach's role?
Yeah, I think it does. We will miss the seniors that we had last year. We had quite a few of them. So we have 2 returners, Callie Hewitt and Harper Coleman. Otherwise, our varsity will be pretty much brand new, fresh faces on the court. But I think the experience that those 2 bring to the program and just the experience that the B squad had last year, they'll fit right in and it'll be great.
Here with junior Callie Hewitt, and now you have an even bigger role than you had last year with the graduates that left the program last year. What do you kind of expect from your junior year?
I think it'll be a lot different just in terms of like leadership and kind of teaching the underclassmen like our ways and just kind of keeping what we've had going. We have a really good program. So,
what is it like having Coach Mehring? How is she similar? How is she different from Coach Troutman?
I think they both want to win and they both want the best for us and kind of helping us. I think Caden has lots of new experience, especially playing at UJ, so it'll be good to just get her experience up.
What are some of your goals individually and for the team this year?
Individually, just staying consistent and just going out there and doing my best every game. I would say for the team, just make it as far as we can into the postseason and see where we go.
And that is junior Callie Hewitt. Here with junior Harper Coleman. This is not your first rodeo like it is for some of the other juniors. How is your role different this year? Is there more leadership?
Yeah, since I'm one of the older kids, I think there's a lot more leadership and showing the younger kids how things work and stuff.
How different is it with Coach Mehring as opposed to Coach Troutman, or is it different?
I think her experience helps us, but Miss T was also very good at knowing what to do in situations too.
You mentioned leadership, what does leadership mean to you?
Showing the younger kids and showing them how everything works and doing everything, I don't know.
What are some of your goals for yourself and then for the team, first year, 3-class volleyball?
I think our team will do pretty good. We all have a lot of experience. We played together a lot, so we get along pretty well. I think it'll be good.
And that is junior Harper Coleman. The Cardinals will have one more week of preparation before their September 2nd opener on the road at Rugby. The home opener is Thursday, September 4th, against Hillsborough Central Valley in the Region 2 opener.
Sept, Corvette, or your best family car yet. Sept Motors in Carrington has whatever you need, including a full-service auto shop. A proud supporter of Cardinal Athletics, Sports is on the air in collaboration with Sept Motors. Experience the mark of excellence at Sept with a wide variety of new and used inventory. Stop in today just south of the overpass in Carrington. Go Cards!
Carrington boys cross country is finally underway with practice this week, and we're joined by their head coach, Josh Kerbaugh. Getting to focus on the boys this year, how does that sort of help you in your preseason preparation?
Well, it's not a real major difference. We still practice together and warm up together. It does make a few things different and easier to differentiate, especially if some of them are going to go into some different practice schedules later on.
Last year, extremely young team. What did you learn about this group of guys that you didn't know that now you do know?
Well, like you said, they're very young, but they're still very young. Most of them are in junior high still. We know that they do still have a bright future, and we look forward to that. But we still have to have some patience because of their age.
With that patience, are goals more incremental this year for the boys?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think each week you try to get a better time and keep pushing yourself, and you'll be able to see where you're at versus other teams. You'll see a lot of the same teams, the same events. So you start beating guys you boss too. That's another way to engage yourself.
Well, Coach, a new year, and now you're getting to coach the girls in cross country. How different is it from coaching track? Is it different from coaching track?
I mean, there's a lot more events in track that you have to really know the basics on, whereas here everyone's kind of doing the same distances as long as you're on like varsity. Obviously, between varsity, junior high, and JV, there's different distances, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same game plan for all of them. So it's a little bit easier being able to do this just because everyone's doing the same thing. You don't have to worry about someone going off to pole vault or doing something else, so you can kind of keep them in a bit bigger group.
Was this year different from a training perspective just because it was not your typical summer when these kids would like to be out for a couple hours getting their bodies ready and everything? Lots of rain this summer, lots of storms. Was it a little different for them?
A little bit, but for the most part, I mean, these kids like running in the rain anyways. So as long as there's not lightning stopping them, they are out in pretty much any weather. To be honest, these guys kind of thrive on the bad or the weird weather. This makes it more fun. I mean, if you're going to go out and run through miles, at least you have something different going on when there's something kind of crazy in the weather.
So you had one of the best runners in the state, senior athlete in the region, Kennedy Pazdernick, last year. Because of how good she was, as a team, you were always going to be in that top 5, top 6. How do you sort of replace that production as a team?
Yeah, it will definitely be a lot more challenging without her. But I mean, these girls, they know that they have to step up and fill her big shoes. And that's not going to be done by just one of them. They all know that they all have to gain a couple places at every meet. They have to take some time off of their races. And they've been working a lot over the summer. A lot of them have quite a bit of miles in coming into the season, which makes the beginning of the season so much easier and just setting us up for a good season.
That being said, you do have a couple of all-region runners back.
Yes, we do. And hopefully we can get one or two more, and we'll see where we go.
Who are those runners that people should be keeping their ears on because they're going to hear a lot from them?
Yes, so last year as well with Kennedy, we also had Macy Fieberger and then Kari Coleman. They kind of rounded out our all-region team. And we're looking forward to them placing again up top high in there, and we'll go from there.
So Macy, last year you were an all-region runner. How much, if at all, was that a surprise to you? And how much did you feel like you accomplished last?
Well, Miss Bernson or Miss Hogar, she came to us before the race, and she was like, "You guys, there's a possibility that you can be all-region." And I was like, "Okay, I just gotta channel that anger in to really run hard." And then I just knew the girls' paces that were in front of me, so I knew if I could stick with them that I could get all region.
What was this summer like for you training? Because it was a different kind of summer.
It was very hot this summer, but we did a couple 5Ks. We did the Cooper 5K, the Macville 5K, and the Juanita 5K. And then we did speed training with Elliot Belquist, and that really helped. Even though it's like a sprinting kind of training, it's nice for those end of the race kicks, and it also gets you in shape for cross country.
So this year, you're a leader on the team. Last year, you could always fall back to Kennedy, and she was there to help you younger girls along. This year, you're a leader. What does that mean to you?
It's a little scary because, I'm just not used to that, and especially coming into that role as a sophomore. It's a little scary not having anyone to rely on, but I'm excited to see, what I can do for the team and how I can help.
What are your goals individually for this year?
I want to get all region again and maybe looking to be all state. Just a maybe.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
physical therapy,
radiology,
acute care,
Clinic.
Here with senior linebacker and running back and wing back and probably wide receiver too, Tate Wolski.
I just brought the house and Chuck just got obliterated along with Isaiah. We went Mad Dog.
Kyle has described you as the leader of this football team. What does leadership mean to Tate?
Leadership to me is just making sure everybody's at practice in the morning and getting everybody up and making sure kids are all right and just getting everybody excited to go play.
Last year, huge year for you with Corbin on the field, without Corbin on the field, it made no difference. Did it come as a surprise to you at all?
I was kind of expecting a breakout year, but not too much, honestly, because I'd been lifting and all that, and I knew that I'd be able to take on defenders better than I would have the year before. And when Corbin's injury happened, that really hit me hard, and I just wanted to try and replace Corbin's shoes, and I think that Langdon game was a huge turning point for me.
Mentally, linebackers who are at that elite level know that they're going to be double and triple teamed. How do you mentally prepare for that?
Honestly, you just got to be quicker than the guys to the ball, and that's kind of how I am. You just got to be quick to the ball, and you got to mentally prepare yourself for what's going to be thrown at you next.
A couple more with Tate. What's on your playlist before a game?
Country music. Just got to have a lot of country music on it.
You are known as kind of a bottomless pit, so what's your favorite pregame meal?
I'd either have to go Subway or Pizza Ranch, honestly. That's a go-to. You got to have it. Or on the bus, you got to have Goldfish extra blasted. That's the only way to go.
Not shy on the food, not shy on the camera. That's Senior Tate Wolski.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
In Carrington, see Randy Hui.
Look at that cannon. Let me throw a dot. Look at this footwork. Look at this cutie. Look at that. Like an offensive lineman.
Maybe we're going to punt it backwards.
All right, listen, coach, go ahead.
I'm on the right side.
Who's on the left? Who's my left? Okay, you're pulling, kicking.
Oh, I'll call on glass now.
My heart beats beating backwards. Yeah, he's tough. He has like 7 pairs of cleats.
Here we go, guys. Run your routes hard. Let's go. Here we go, Drew.
The old busted wing.
Oh, that's a pretty ball there.
Hey, there'll be a little bit of grace there. We realized who you were throwing to.
Come on. Big O hasn't dropped one. No pressure. Big O hasn't dropped one yet. Hey, boy, Big O.
Attaboy. Sword.
All right, Tate, let's go. See what you got, Tate. Come on. Show us something, Tate. Go get it.
This week's schedule of Carrington events begins with girls golf hosting their own invite at Crossroads Golf Course on Monday. You can hear it beginning at 9:50 a.m. on KDAK, the Cardinal 1600 100.1. The cross-country teams hit Northwood on Tuesday at 4 p.m., while girls golf is back at it Thursday in Edgeley at 10 a.m., and the week concludes in Carrington Sports with Kyle Smith and Carrington football on the road in Gwinner to take on Sargent County on Friday night, 6 p.m. airtime on KDAK, the Cardinal. And we will have full recaps of all of it on the next edition of This Week in Carrington Sports.